Hello, YouTube land. So today we're going to start out with a meditation. No, I'm kidding. We're not going to do that. I'm going to preface this whole little discourse with a parable. So there's two monks. Let's see where this goes. So there's two monks. They're walking along a path. And they come across a woman. And the woman is trying to cross the stream, and they all have to cross the stream to get to the village. So the one monk notices that the woman is struggling and she can't walk through the water. And as a monk, you're not supposed to be able to, in their particular commune, they're not supposed to talk to any females, even look at women. They're completely ascetic. There's no female presence at all allowed within even their thoughts. So the one monk looks, and he sees the woman struggling, so he takes her, picks her up, takes her across the stream. She thanks him, and the two monks continue walking. So they're walking to the village, and the other monk is just steaming. He is pissed. And in his head, he's just like, how could he do that? That's totally against our rules, and he just keeps fuming. And so they walk a few more miles, and finally it just overtakes him. And the one monk looks to the monk who carried the woman, and he just starts, gets really angry. How dare you touch that woman? We are not even allowed to look at women. You picked her up, carried her, and you just broke all of your sacred agreements with with God. How could you do that? And the one monk who carried her just looks at the other monk, and he goes, yes, I did carry her across the river, but you've been carrying her with you ever since. Yes. So, that's going to lead to our discussion on suffering, attachments, holding on to things. Just like the monk, we hold on to things, right? It's like a chair. We pick up the chair, we hold it, thinking that that chair is the most important thing ever, and if we don't hold on to that chair, we're going to lose it forever. And so our arms get tired, our backs get tired, we end up, ripping from holding, our hands get all rigid and just uncomfortable. So like Buddha says, suffering comes through attachment. Some people misinterpret Buddha as saying suffering comes through desire. Everyone thinks, Buddha said desirelessness. We can't have any desires. We have to just accept everything as it is and blah, 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 blah. And that's not what Buddha meant. Buddha meant that how can you have a desire if you already know that everything is already yours? There can be no desire when we see ourselves in everything. Therefore, we cannot desire anything that is not us. It is already me. How can I desire that tree if I see that aspect of God that is me in the tree? If I no longer look in the mirror and see Zach or an iPhone or picture or a wall, if I see everything as God, God is all things, God is omnipresent within everything, God is everything. And we could say that everything is in God. We are in the heart of God. I stole those lines, by the way. They're not mine. The first one was from Michael Beckwith, who's a super cool dude, and then the other one was from Jason Mraz's song. You're welcome. See, I'm not a plagiarizer. But the suffering comes through attachment to wanting things that we believe are not ours. So I'm either like the monk. His mind was not here and now recognizing myself as God in everything. It was in the past, holding on to the woman. Or a lot of the times, I know for me personally, the last few weeks has been stress and fear of what will come. How will this come? The future. Our minds are in the past. Our minds are in the future. Our minds are in the past. Oh, this person hurt me. I was sick. They abused me. Or will I ever find my soulmate? Will I get the bills paid? Will my body ever heal? You know, any of those things. And it's not that those things don't have validation. It's that we have to ask ourselves, where is my mind? Where am I right now? Am I experiencing what is and what could possibly be, using my power, my creative power now, and directing that outwardly? Or am I worried about what happened in the past and how that's going to dictate my future? It's good that we have those things, that we have those memories of the past, because if I put my hand on a hot stove once, which I did when I was a kid, I learned my lesson, I burned the shit out of my hand. But if I don't have those memories, and I'm always in the now, then if I keep touching that hot thing, it's going to keep hurting me. So we can learn our lessons from the past, from what we've experienced. But if we continually bring them into our present, we're just going to keep getting the same results as what we had in the past. So the attachment is what leads to suffering, not the desire. I can't desire anything if I go within myself and I fully understand that I am eternal consciousness, that I'm the eternal witness, that this body is just a vessel, that all of this is just an illusion. And it's an illusion because that's a good one. Ooh, I was on the brink of something right there, and I lost it. It's an illusion because molecularly, atomically, everything is just space. It's vibration. Atoms are 99.99999% space. So ultimately, everything is just space resonating at a different vibration, frequency, right? Changing the frequency. So as we ascend our frequency, heighten our frequency through the emotions of love, through gratitude, through joy, through being who we are love, we are joy. Those don't come from anywhere else. That's who we are. Those are guidance indicators of where we are. We can be fear as well, but then that vibration is lower. It's a slower frequency. So the desire is what springs new life. If I didn't have desires, we'd all just be stagnant and we wouldn't have anything. And Buddha did not mean desirelessness in that form. He meant desirelessness in the form of non-attachment. Once I can recognize that all is God, that I am the fabricator of my desires, and the eternal flow of life will move through me to manifest that, then there can be no more suffering. And that comes from living now. When we are here now, and we are just experiencing what is, that's beautiful. And through our experiencing of what is, we can give rise to what is wanted. And as we hold our eyes to that, in this now presence, we become that. I know it sounds like a lot of fluffy, crappy, dappy stuff. It makes no scientific sense, but you can actually research this. Quantum physics shows that we are as we observe the reality reacts to our observation. If you look at emotions, you can observe emotions on a cellular level and how they affect cells and how it changes the frequency of cells. I won't go into that, but for your own self, if you want to do that, do that. The way to rid yourself of suffering is recognizing that you are no longer just a body, with an ego and a mind, but you are eternal consciousness. You are the God self. You are the Christed man and woman. You are the Buddha. And that takes a lot of inner journey. The way through that is insight, looking within. And then you can, instead of using that eyesight externally, you can use the insight. You can see the world with your insight. And that's it. How do we reduce our suffering? We recognize that I am higher. I am more than just this vessel. I am eternal consciousness. I think I've said that, but I want to beat it into your brain. We are eternal consciousness, experiencing itself in this reality. Therefore, we are creators. Therefore, we have the capabilities to create new life, to create new worlds. And that is it for today. So, I hope you enjoyed. Comment if you liked it. Comment if you disagree. I'd love to hear some disagreements. Everyone always likes my stuff. Disagree with it. Tell me what you don't like. Tell me what you're confused about if I didn't make sense on stuff. Sometimes I just speak and it doesn't make sense to me either, but then you just let the flow of life move through you, and then you look at it again and it makes sense. So, I love you guys very much, as always. I will see you later, alligator. And I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. Happy hump day. Happy hump day. Happy hump day. And you do some inner searching. Meditate, pray, quiet your mind. Live now. Make the next hour time for you to just live now and experiencing what is and recognizing yourself as God. Ooh. That's the good stuff. Alright, I'll see you guys later. I love you always. Blessings to you.